welcome. Live streaming. We are behind the scenes with me. I'm going to be building a update to my personal job pipeline, which you can find on 40by50.com. If you see the scroll across the top, 40by50.com, the personal job pipeline, we're going to be showing you that. We're going to be taking each one of those steps, and we're going to be running. We're going to run through every one of those things, and then we are going to show you live. I'm going to update live every single step. And then you can just send me, in fact, if you want right now, go ahead and send me a DM and say, PJP, personal job pipeline, DM me, PJP, and you will figure out, and I will put you on the list to send you all of the prompts that I'm going to develop today. Because as you're watching, I'm pretty sure it's exciting to see, but it's cool. I'm live. I'm gonna have to move this for a second. You're gonna have to sit over here and look at the orange in the background. For the personal job, I'm gonna do a capital P there. Oop, I need an extra E there. E and DM PJP. By the way, I'm only going to be giving the results out. And I'm going to put on all of my AI prompts. My buy me a coffee link. Okay, we're going to post that. Cool. All right, so everybody's watching my stupid face while I'm typing. Let me go ahead and make sure that I'm sharing the stream. Let me look it up in a new tab. Hey, there we are. We're live. Started 3 minutes ago. Got some other updates. Okay, let me go to my profile real quick. We're going to grab this. Go back to live, and we're going to post that. Boom. We're going to go back here, click on chatting, and go to everybody. Bingo, I am live. Building AI prompts live for personal job pipeline, DM PJP. To get the results limited to the next 24 hours. After that, you can buy the PDF from the Buy Me a Coffee link. Okay, we are live. Let me go ahead and I'm going to crank this. All right, time to share some screens. Let's go to the Chat GPT screen, since that's what we're going to use to start with. All right, I've got that screen. And I'm also going to we're going to show this other screen as well. Okay, so now if you are live, if you are watching me live, hello, it's Millie. Thanks for joining on the TikTok. I'm live on X, on YouTube, and on Twitch, and on TikTok. But on TikTok, you're only going to see the behind the scenes. You're seeing me talk. If you're actually live, you can see the whole entire thing. And what's happening is I'm showing the 40by50.com and what the actual personal job pipeline looks like. So we're going to start, and I'm going to walk through each one of the steps, and then I'm going to go to I'm going to go to ChatGPT because we're going to use ChatGPT today, and we're going to build out the prompts you're going to need for each one of these steps. Okay. So the personal job pipeline, the purpose of the personal job pipeline is to fill your inbox full of jobs from job recruiters. So if you need a job and you're looking for that, one of the things you can do is, if you follow this process, and by the way, the course is free. If you go to 40by50.com right now, you can get this free course. So go there, look out the personal job pipeline, go through the steps. There's videos there. There's all kinds. By the way, my video improvement has improved a lot, and you can see a ton of different things that are going on. But so here are the steps. Okay. So here are the steps. How much time we got left back here? We have 19 minutes left on our 30-minute timer. Cool. All right. So on the personal job pipeline, so the first step you need to do is you need to find a personal email, right? Don't try to get a job by sending them with your email at, Dr. DJ or Camaro 67 Camaro 99. Don't do that. Get a real email address. So we're gonna do the first prompt we're gonna do is where to get a free email address. What are the best ones to do, and how can you get one that is connected directly to you? Okay, so we're gonna do a prompt on that. Second one is you need to scrub your social media. If you start telling people, hey, go check me out and use this, you might have some stuff on there that they might find offensive. And so you're going to need to go through all of your social media, cut out all the stuff there, at least have it identify if there's anything that you want to take a look at. Next thing is you need to choose your role. So we're going to create a set of prompts. So that will help walk you through choosing the best prompt. Now, remember, this is primarily for IT folks. Okay, next thing is you need to set up your tools, set up the tools. You need to set up a link. You're going to have to connect to a job board. You're going to have to set up a resume. You're going to have to create a couple of things. You're going to have an email and a phone number, and they should be specifically your name so that people can find you, LinkedIn, etc. Next thing is create a resume. Now, I've got a whole giant list. I've got a template of resumes. I've got a sample resume for you to use. But I'm going to actually pull out, because I have a custom GPT that I built specifically so that I'm going to turn this off because I think that yes, much better. Okay. I have a custom GPT that will take anybody's resume and identify a few more things that will be helpful for you. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go, which job board should you use for what kind of jobs? We're going to show you which ones to do, how to set up your profile. Once you have your resume, you use the resume to set up a profile. And then we're going to create some GPT responses on managing recruiters. When they send you an email, what's your response? When you respond to the emails, what do you say? Okay, then you're going to do an interview. When you find out your interview, what should you interview? What type of things should you do, right? And then how do you follow up? How do you follow up with the recruiters, with the interviews, with everything else? I'm going to tell you, I will show you and create a prompt for you to build your own system, to build your own personal job pipeline so that you can do the best opportunity to produce the most amount of effort and the most amount of results for you. Remember, this entire thing is set up with the basic idea that you in TikTok right now, I'm talking to you guys in TikTok. If you are looking for a job, you have a skill set that somebody else needs. And what they need is to fill a seat. And your goal is to be the person that they choose to fill that seat, to give you the money that seat is worth, right? You're not worth more or less than the job requirement. You're worth what the job pays. If you're the CEO, you get this much money. If you're just the clerk answering the phones, it's less money. That's just the way it is. Deal with it. Okay. We are going to go through each and every one of these things. So I'm looking back on my schedule on my primary screen, and we've got Oh, look, we've got some people who've joined. We've got some comments. We've got some updates. We've got some things there. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to turn that off and not worry about that anymore. So if you are listening and you're hearing me, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That'd be really helpful. If you are excited about this, go ahead and respond back, DM me, let me know what's happening. I will be online and working with each one of you all the entire time. Okay, I do want to put up a few things. All right, so one of the things I'm going to do right now is I am going to create a couple things here. Okay, let me switch this to live. By the way, after we're done with all of this, as a hint, I am building out what I'm calling the Sledgehammer Brand Blueprint. And that Sledgehammer Brand Blueprint will help you break through all of these problems you're having. Right now, I'm going to help you with just getting things set up. Hey, thanks, Antonio. Appreciate that. That I'm getting some thumbs up and that people can hear me. So thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I'm building, the next thing I'm going to build is a Sledgehammer Brand Blueprint. And that blueprint will be similar to this. It will give you all of the things necessary for you to create your own live stream, to create your own content generation, your own content calendar, and make everything super, super exciting. Because without any, excitement, without any hope, what are we going to do, right? Really, what are we going to do? And so what we need in today's world is we need hope. We need some tools. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some tools. And what I want you to do is I want you to take these tools. I want you to use these tools, and I want you to go be successful. All right. So hello to everybody. Thanks for joining on TikTok, watching on X, on YouTube. If you're live on YouTube, and for those of you who are on Twitch, hello, welcome. Hey, thanks again for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. You guys, thanks for all the clicking the buttons and all of that. I'm going to go to X here for just a minute, and I'm going to post a note here. I'm live building prompts for the personal job pipeline course. Okay, let's get that. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Boom. 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 And boom. Where is Glad Alex and say, there we go. Okay. Let me pin this one. All right, we're live there. One more post. Bang. Okay, now back to the live stream. All right, so we're live. I'm clicking up stuff. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to my Chat GPT window. And so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go, and this is the method. we need to find a personal email address. And so let me move these over in my live stream for a second. Boom, there. And this one goes right next to it. Awesome. Okay. So how do I find? All right. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the question first, and then I'm going to generate the prompt second. So here's the basic definition of prompting. And I'm looking over here so that I can see the TikTok folks so they don't think, just look at the side of my head. It's a beautiful head, but it's so beautiful. It's a beautiful head. I wish I had hair like, okay, anyway. The basics of prompting. Number one, you got to give it a role. Act like a email and job coach and social media advisor, right? And then the task. Suggest email free, because remember, personal job pipeline, you don't have a job, you need a job, you need to update your how to get a job better. Okay, so suggest free email services that I can join with my personal name. And then constraints. I always add this one because it will always have a tendency to do stupid stuff. Okay. So we're going to, in fact, I'm going to put the constraints in next. I'm going to put the task last. Constraints. Only provide 5 answers. Use Miller's law in your response. Miller's law to create your response. Now, what Miller's law is, do not mention. Miller's law basically says, only give me 7 pieces of information, prioritize them with the number 1 at top, and don't give me too many details. Just give me the guts. Just give me the real meat. Give me the real answer stuff first, not all the rest of the garbage. Just give me that. Okay. Right? And then I'm going to say, this will be used as a professional email for dedicated for job searching. Okay, now look, that's a pretty good prompt. Okay, and it gave me some answers. Gmail, Outlook, Proton Mail, Zoho, and iCloud Mail. Okay, I'm going to go back to this prompt and I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to say, ask any questions before providing a response, one at a time. And then I'm going to say send. So let me, boom. And now it's going to think and say, what version of a personal name do you want to use? First name, full name. So I'm going to go back to the prompt and I'm going to say personal name. And then I'm going to put in parentheses, because it asked for it, first and last name, first name dot last name. And now I'm going to send it. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm refining the prompt as we move. What is your first and full and last name? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. No, I want a free service. Both phone and, okay, 5 free professional email services. Okay, revise the prompt to make the best All right, so now once I've done all that, I got a good answer. I'm going to go, cool. Now give me a new prompt. There it is. For those of you who are online, this is the prompt. Now, you saw the process that we went through to get there. First, you ask a prompt, then you ask it to do more, then you ask it all of the other questions. It will give you more and more information. And then eventually, when you're done and you finally get the result you want, go back and say, hey, by the way, go ahead, give me all the prompts you have, or give me the whole prompt. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to take this and call it PJP AI prompts. And all right, so the first one is going to be this prompt. And I'm going to copy that and paste it. Now this is going to go into the personal job pipeline. That is the first prompt. If you DM me PJP, I'm going to send you a text or an infographic or a PDF with all of these prompts that we're going to develop today. All of these are going to be on there, okay? But if you do it in the next 24 hours, which will be till 5 p.m. on Monday, 5 p.m. California time, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you DM me till 5 p.m. Pacific, you're going to get all of the prompts that I'm generating live. Now, you could go back and watch this live, and you can screenshot it, and you can type everything in. But if you send me a PJP DM, you're going to get it for free. Okay, now that's step one. What's step two? So if you do that, you're going to end up with an email. Now, here we go. Social media scrub. Okay. Next. Next step. We need to generate a prompt to look for, to scan a set of social media and identify any posts that might damage a candidate. What do we want to say? A candidate's ability, a candidate's ability, a candidate's systems, a candidate's capability, a candidate's viability or attractiveness to get an interview or a job. Please suggest a prompt to accomplish this task. By the way, it's always really fun when you type in front of other people, even though nobody's here. I mean, spell check is so wonderful that I just have a tendency to crank things out. I misspell stuff all the time. Don't worry about that, right? Okay. But here's the thing. Using the same format and structure as the previous prompt. Boom. All right, let's see what it says. All right, so act as a job research advisor, social media screening analyst. Task: scan the candidate's public social media profiles to identify any posts, comments, images, interactions that could negatively impact their chances for securing a job. Constraint: focus on content that might raise red flags for recruiters or employers. For example, unprofessional language, controversial opinions, offensive humor, negativity, excessive negativity, signs of unreliability. Do not flag posts related to hobbies, neutral opinions, lifestyle, unless they clearly conflict with professional expectations. Limit findings to the 5 most concerning examples. Okay, we're going to do that, but do not limit the findings to the top 5. The candidate needs to be able to get as many as possible. Should clear all offensive posts. Okay, updated prime without the top 5 limit. Flag content, do not flag content. Return a complete list. Okay. Would you like this formatted for batch processing, one profile at a time? Yes. Now, so what's happening is it said we're going to do this, act like this, and go whatever, but you may have an X account and a Facebook account and a LinkedIn account, and you may have commented on a bunch of different, you might have more than one X account. So what now it's doing, it's building a prompt that will do it, put in one account, it'll give you the list for everything. And then once you put in the prompt to give you a list for everything, the second thing it's going to do is it's going to then add woohoo! Hey, Vlad. Thanks for joining. Okay. Once you do that, once you put in your first account, it'll go through the whole thing and then repeat the process as many times as possible. Okay, so now we have step number 2. Okay, so this one is to do your social media scrub, right? So if we go back, here, you're going to see that the first thing you should do on your personal job pipeline course, the first thing you do is create a personal email. Well, we created a prompt that said, go find me a place where I can do a personal email. And it's going to give you a list, probably Gmail, Outlook, Proton Mail, because it's secure and et cetera, right? You pick whichever one you want out of that. It doesn't matter to me, right? That's the whole point, is for you to do this. Second thing is, if you're going to go get a job, maybe there's something in your profile that people are finding or doing a Google search that is not cool. And so we created this second prompt right here, the one we just did, and that is to act as a social media advisor. You know what? I'm going to add one more thing. Okay. Okay. I'm going to say make a new prompt to scan Google, DuckDuckGo, and is there a third? Yeah, Bing, for the candidate's name or references. All right, so I'm going to add a new step here, and that is, in addition to scanning your social media, you need to check Google and everybody else. All right, well, that's okay. So we're going to take this one here, and we're going to put that into our list. So that's going to be step number 2. It's offline here. Okay. And then now, since we did that, I'm back. Let me make sure I'm showing the right screen. Yeah, I'm showing the right screen. Okay. The next one is, now we're going to search for whatever the situation is. You're going to Google yourself. Any other things that you need, and make suggestions on what you can do to do some live, personal kind of remediation on your reputation, kind of remediation. So, all right, so that's number 3. And you know what? That's a really cool idea. So then here, number 3 is going to be a Google yourself for reputation things. So I need to add a note for that. Let me write that down real quick. Reputation. Okay, so 3 is Google yourself, Bing yourself, run it on DuckDuckGo or whatever search engines you have, but primarily Google and other things. Hey, I've got 3 more or 4 more people who've joined on Twitter or on TikTok. So hello, everybody. Hi. If you would like to see the live stream, I'm live streaming on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X. Search for my username, same username, on TikTok or X or Twitch, and you can see the live stream where I'm showing the course and showing the AI windows where I'm actually making the prompts that I'm talking through. So even though you're listening on TikTok, which is cool, thank you so much for joining. And for everybody else, go ahead and click all those button thingies, hit the subscribe button, click the like button, go ahead and hit a comment, say stuff. All that engagement really helps. But click all of those things. And I really appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you so much. A surprising number of people who are actually watching this on various streams. So I've got another window over here. I can see some of the things that are going on. I've got a chat window and some other stuff. And I keep getting joins on TikTok. So this is like my first TikTok live, by the way. So this is kind of cool that I'm going live here on TikTok. And since we're live 33 minutes, I'm going to keep going live on. Okay, I can close this off because this doesn't need to go anymore. It looks like I need a new battery in that device. Anyway, okay, what is next? Well, let's go to the stream and let's take a look. Okay, so the next thing that happens once you create a personal email and you do your social media scrub, and by the way, in case you didn't know, this blog, I know I'm just talking about it like it's a big deal, like nobody's heard of it or whatever. 2.3 million page views. So lots of people have gone to this website. If you just go to the primary thing, the last post, the last article that I wrote was about leveraging your network to seize control. Don't just allow things to happen. Go find them, seize your network, use the people you know. A couple other articles, lead without a title. This is from my unfiltered account. Ditch the brag game. Don't brag. Don't tell people how great you are. It always backfires. And here's a whole little quick article on that. Here's a note about joining my newsletter, which we're going to talk about later. But if you go to the very top, you can click on the personal job pipeline. That's what we're showing here. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so the next thing. All right, so those are both set up. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to set up. What's your setup? Email address. You probably might want to do an email address, an X account with your name on it, a Facebook, everybody's got Facebook. LinkedIn with your name, pretty much everybody's got LinkedIn with your name. But email and an X account specifically with your name so you can post live real content, link them all together. And if you link them all together, what will happen is when you Google, I don't know if I can do that. I think I can. Here, if I just go like this, if I go to google.com and I put in my name, you can see here's Instagram intro. So by the way, you can book a call with me if you want on intro.co. AI Biz Hour is one of my things. I'm a speaker on the Innovators Think Tank. I've got a whole bunch of posts on, thousands of posts on Twitter. Here's my YouTube channel. Here's my Threads channel, etc. And some other pictures and things around, dumb pictures of Andy. And anyway, there we go. So you need to Google yourself. And if you Google yourself, you'll find that. So create an X account with your name on it. Create an email with your, real name. Because you need to use that to get credibility and clout when you're looking for a job. Remember, the whole purpose of what we're doing here today is to do that. Hi, Lena. Thanks for joining. A little heart there. Another heart. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. See hearts for people who are joining me on TikTok. Hearts for everybody who's joining me on all the live streams. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about choosing your role. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to switch back to the ChatGPT window, and we're going to talk about what does it look like. Okay, now let's imagine so the next thing we're going to do, let me turn off the cap locks, create a prompt. To help the candidate narrow their role definition. I could spell that better. Role definition or job title, okay? And remember, we're going to go back and use, so by the way, if you're watching this live stream, if you are watching the recording on YouTube, if you're checking this out on Twitch, if you're listening to me on TikTok, what I'm doing is building the prompts for you to do the work, but please think about the process I'm using and showing you how to develop each one of the prompts so that you can produce the very best output using AI. There's no reason to use AI if it doesn't help you. Okay, so next I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to copy this piece that says, okay, next step, we need to generate a prompt. And then please suggest a prompt to accomplish this task using the same format and structure as the previous ones. So it says, here's a role, here's a task, here's a constraint. So it's going to give you some outputs, right? Now, we have a thing here. So let me paste this in. If you're watching again live, what's going to happen is that it's going to sound like this. Okay, next step. We need to generate a prompt to scan a set. Okay, I already have this one. We need to, and then I'm going to say, we need to create a prompt to help the candidate narrow their job role or job title. Okay, please suggest a prompt to accomplish this task using the same format and structure as before. Okay, so now I'm moving the screen a little bit, changing my screen around, looking for things. Let's click on that, and it's going to say, okay, here's an optimized prompt for narrowing the candidate's role definition. To help the candidate refine and select the most accurate, marketable, and goal-aligned job title based on their experience and skill set constraints. We're going to ask clarifying questions to understand their background and top skills, their preferred industry, and their work style, whether it's remote, on-site, whatever, and their long-term goals. they'll provide a list of 3 to 7 recommended job titles that are commonly used, easily searchable, and align with current hiring trends. This is so important. For each title, include a brief description of the role, why it fits a candidate's profile, and any relevant symptoms or alternate labels used in the job listings. This is fantastic. Drag the puzzle into place. Why? Is this so I'm still going live? Oh, my live is going to end. Oh, well, my live is still going. So I'm still live. TikTok just said, hey, are you still there? Are you still a human? Go ahead and click on a bunch of stuff. Okay. Hey, always top join. There's a heart for you. Thank you for joining. Johan, Xavier, it's Millie. Got, man, we've had about 25, 30 people join the live stream. So welcome to that. What we're doing is I'm live on X, YouTube, and Twitch, and TikTok, except for so if you're on TikTok, you're missing this. You're not seeing all of the prompts that I'm creating. By the way, there's another video screen of that, but you're not seeing all of the prompts that I'm creating. Here's the whole makeup. You're not seeing the prompts I'm doing. You're just hearing me talk about it. So if you're really, really interested, go ahead and join the X stream or YouTube. Go find my YouTube. It's the same username. Go find my YouTube, log on, join that, click the little buttons, hit the likes, hit the subscribes, hit all that stuff. And you can live that. If you DM me on any of the channels, you DM me on X or Twitch or Twitter or anything and say, hey, Andy, I'm interested in this, or just DM PJP, personal job pipeline, or anything close to that. PJP, send me a PJP. And what will happen is you will receive a PDF of all of the stuff that we're doing right now, live. Okay, we're doing it live in front of everybody. I've got screens going. I've got things sharing. I'm talking. I'm sure you guys, I don't know if you saw me here with the see, I'm live on TikTok. And I'm sharing my screens on X and Twitch. And if you're on Twitch or X, you can see the live stream of me showing the phone on the live stream. Anyway, for those of you who are on TikTok, make sure that you join that stream. Be sure to type in DM me, right? DM me, PJP, in the next to get all of these AI prompts. Only for the next 24 hours. Because after that, you can buy it on my Buy Me a Coffee site. And let me do this. I'm going to click on my X stream. I'm going to open it up. And I know there's been some messages sent, but I am going to send this one. Whoops, that's not the right one. Let me go back a screen, copy that, paste that. Boom, DM me PJP to get all this stuff going. All right, we are back. Now, we're back live nationwide right here on that. Okay, so the next step, choose your role. So we just did that one. So now I've got the choose your role. That is this beautiful prompt right here. Act as a career clarity coach. This is the key. Ready? Act. So type in role, act as a career clarity coach and job title strategist. Task, help the candidate refine and select the most accurate, marketable, and goal-aligned titles based on their experience, skills, and desired direction. And then constraints. Here's a list of the constraints. First constraint, ask clarifying questions to understand their background, top skills, preferred industries, work style, remote or on-site, and long-term goals. Number 2, provide a list of 3 to 7 recommended job titles that are commonly used, easily searchable, and align with current hiring trends. And then for each title, include a brief description of the role and why it fits a candidate's profile, and relevant synonyms or alternate labels used in job listings, right? Product owner, product manager, product owners, product ownership, project management, project manager, project PMO office. These are all kind of synonyms to different things. And the tone, ensure the tone is encouraging, focused, and actionable for job search success. These prompts are gold. They are going to give you amazing results. I know this for sure. And here's how I know that. I've used this myself. I developed this system for over 20 years. And before AI, it worked to generate roughly 75 to 100 emails into my job box, into my email box on my professional job email, 75 to 100 every single day, right? And that was on the weekends. Then COVID hit and it turned it into more, but only 5 days a week. And then AI hit and it's gone from 75 to 25. But here's the thing. If you're looking for a job and you've not ever done any of these things, wouldn't you love to have 25 emails in your email inbox? Wouldn't you love to have 25 emails in your inbox every single day about a job? Maybe 10 of them are not for the job you want. But that means that a recruiter sent you something. You can respond back to that recruiter and say, thanks for that job one. It's for this thing over here, but I really want that thing over there. You can totally just do that. And so that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. Engagement, creating opportunities, and being able to talk to people. Whether it works or not is up to you. But my point is, if you follow this process and you do this, what I do every single day, you will 100% guaranteed get recruiters to send you information into your inbox. 100%. I've never had it fail. I've taught PhDs and doctors and people who were lawyers and people who were highly educated and network engineers and developers and project managers and program managers and scrum masters and all of those network guys, security guys, cybersecurity guys, professional, non-professional, IT, non-IT. I've taught tons and tons, hundreds of people this program. It works. It works fantastically well. But you have to do the work, right? All I'm doing today is I'm updating this for free so that you can see how this works and use AI to help you. It just accelerates things. It makes things go faster. It makes things go faster, faster, faster. Hey, Harsh, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Good to see you. I'm on TikTok, X Live. I'm on YouTube Live and Twitch Live. So go ahead, join any of those things you're interested in. All right, so the next one, all the setup tools. That's what we just finished. Get your email, get your phone number, get your X account, get your social media accounts in order. That's all the pre-work. Now the next thing, this is the most important thing. You got to get your resume in order. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what I built. I built, if you're watching, you're going to see that I actually created a 40 by 50 resume builder by me, Andy Orgadal. And this guide, so you can update your resume, your target job role, contact information, and your professional certifications, and it will create the full resume for you. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to do this. List all instructions step by step. And then I'm going to take this whole entire thing and I'm going to take this entire target resume AI generator and I am going to give it to you for free. If you DM me PJP in the next 24 hours for free, this resume personally has generated millions. I've made millions of dollars using this resume generator. I took everything that I built in my resume. By the way, I have over 300 versions of my resume. 300 versions. Okay? 300 versions of my resume. This is the result of all of my work. I am going to give this to you for free for the next 24 hours. Copy. It goes right into my little box. Boom. There it is. It's in the box. Now, if you follow this resume title, now I'm going to go back over to my personal job pipeline story. Resume. Here's a private video on the resume. I'm going to just show you. Oh, it's not going to show because it opens a new window. It's a dumb video, but I have a resume template. And I am going to go back here and I'm going to just show you what that resume template looks like. There it is. Okay, so here's a resume template. First name, last name, contact phone, dedicated, PJP email address. Now, here's the difference in my resume. My resume is designed to get back through all of the ATS systems. Put in your summary of your qualifications. It's a narrative so that it can get lots of keywords. Then you add your specialities, what special things that you did in your industry. Then you add skills, what type of skills, and you put a list of your skill sets, like, for example, cybersecurity or business analysis or leadership or financials or resource allocations or procurement or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. And then you put in a list of technical deliveries. Okay, I delivered this. Here's all the stuff I delivered. And then you put in all the stuff you budgeted for, or you created analysis for, or you created documentation for. And then you put in anything else like group leadership for me. Once you have all of that and you put in, then you create a brag list for each and every one of those topics. This is my secret sauce. After that, you put in your work experience. This is easy. Everybody does this. This is what everybody thinks a CV or whatever is. It's just there. You get 8 to 10 seconds. They're going to scan the first half of it. They're going to look and see that you have some experience. They're going to move on. That's it. You get 15 to 30 seconds. Maybe you get 30 seconds. In reality, more like you're going to get 10 to 15 seconds. Okay? You want to know how long 10 seconds is? Let me show you. Ready? Boom. 10. And we're scanning. We're live. And I'm showing the clock, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how long you get when someone's going to look at your resume. That was it. 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. It's not a huge amount of time. So what you need to do is overwhelm them with all the cool stuff you want them to know, not the stuff you think you want them to whatever. Anyway, you do the work experience. You just repeat this as many times as you want until you get to the last one you need. Put in your education, certifications, and then a client list. Now, here's a pro tip. Plain text is the best way to send a resume because it always goes through an ATS computer system. It's not about looking pretty or beautiful anymore. It's just about text and data. Hey, Faber, always top. Thank you so much for joining on the Twitch channel or on the TikTok channel. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow and subscribe and all of that stuff. Go ahead and like everything. I'm running live. If you want to watch the video, you can go to Twitch, X, or YouTube live and see this live. Okay, plain text is the most important because the computer systems read it the best. Second is a PDF. Third is Microsoft Word or Google Doc. Okay. By the way, if they ask for a Word version, a Word formatted version of your resume, use your Gmail account, go open up Google Docs, copy and paste it in there, save it as a Word document, send them the Word document. That's all you need. It's not any more complicated than that. Okay. But here's the point. If you are on the web page and you are here, you can click on the personal job pipeline. Now, you might be wondering, because most people do, what does it actually look like when you have one? Here is my resume. Here's the sample resume that I produced. It's based on a version 294. Like I said, I've got over 300. I think I'm up to 314, 315 versions. This is what it looks like. Tons of information, tons more and more. 10, 12, 15 pages of data. Because you want the number of times your particular organization, you want your job title and any of those linking informations to be in the system as much as possible. You don't want it to just be, you don't want to say that you've been a business analyst or a cybersecurity expert one time. You want to say it over and over and over again, because computers are dumb. They'll just count. Okay. Now, so we have the AI on how to do all the things I just mentioned. So if you copy and paste this particular set of AI prompts, this particular prompt will help you get all of the things that I just mentioned. And it'll do it for you almost all automatically. Not perfect. You're definitely going to have that. Hey, Tiana, thanks for joining. Ramp Gun Ready. I like that name. Joined on TikTok. It's critical. It is critical for you to put your details together in a way that manages it. And this prompt will do it for you. It will help you get as close to possible. There's a video you can watch. There's a link to a template, a blank one that you can just put in your information. And there's a sample if you want to just copy and paste stuff, or you want to revise things and you want to just use it as a sample. That's what it's there for. I don't care. Copy everything. If it's true, put it in there. If it's not true, don't put it in there. Come on. You know better than that. You know better than putting something that's not true in your resume. Okay, fine. All right. Now, what's the next step? The next step is very simple. The next step is job boards and social media. Okay. What does that mean? Well, that means you need to take all the information that you just put into your beautiful brand new resume. And by the way, I suggest you name it. Your name, resume, V, and then a number, 001. That way, whenever you send it, you can always ask the recruiter, what version are you looking at? I'm looking at, it says version V12. Oh, well, I'm on version 15. Would you like me to send the latest one? By the way, no matter what they tell you, always send them an updated version. Make a new one. Move a period and then say, okay, and send it to them anyway. Add 2 spaces to the last sentence and then send them an updated one. Make a new version. Always make a new version. Send them an updated resume. It's always better. There's no downside to that. Okay. So that's it. You're going to take your resume and then you're going to use it to create your job profile. What is a job profile? If you go to Indeed or ZipRecruiter or Dice.com or whatever, if you go to my website and you search for job websites for Nigeria or for Africa or for Europe or for French one, if you search for there, I've done tons of research and done tons of posts on things. If you go to my X account and look up Nigerian job boards, they're there, right? By the way, 40% of my audience is from Nigeria, which is totally cool. I've never been to Nigeria. I've lived in Africa. I lived in Egypt. I've been in Northern Africa for many years, but I've never been to Nigeria. So maybe one day I'll be able to go there because it'd be awesome. Hey, Tiana. Okay. Take your resume and then do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a prompt and we're going to say, All right, we've gone to this one. I'm going to go back to the prompt that I had before, the step-by-step instructions. Free email services. Okay, yes. I'm going to say now, okay, what was the prompt we used? Okay, next step. Well, let's copy that prompt. Let's go down here to the next one, paste it in. Let me make sure that I'm showing the right screen. Nope, I'm not. Okay, great. Now I'm back on the ChatGPT window using AI to show you how to do all this stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, here's the next step. We need to create a prompt to convert the resume into details that can be used on a job board. Because sometimes what you type on your resume and what you need to put in a job board are different. So I'm going to ask AI to create a prompt to convert the resume into details that can be used on a job board. And now we're going to run that one. All right, so now we're running AI to prompt us. So we used it to put in our information, and it created an output resume. And we go through that process as many times as necessary. We come up with a AI. We come up with a resume. Now we're going to use AI to take that information, and we're going to parse it out so that we can put it into a job board or update Facebook or update LinkedIn or update whatever job board we want to give us the best opportunity to produce a positive result, right? I mean, the goal of the personal job pipeline is to get recruiters to send you jobs because they're getting a job and they're sending it to their email list at the same time as they're posting it on the job board. The only way you can get in is to find them. The way you find them is to post on the job board so you get into their circle of influence. As soon as you're in the circle of influence, now you keep sending them stuff. Hey, I've got an updated resume. Do you want it in your do you want to put it in your job thing? If there are any more about, I'm looking for this, can you please look at my resume if there's anything I can change or do better or add more detail on so I'll get a better chance. You just engage as much as possible. Now, a lot of technology people are shy and they're uncomfortable with the social interaction. We're going to just create an AI tool that will say, here's what you say, here's what you do, here's how you do that. So that's the next step we're going to do, right? So if you just hang on with me, we got 3 or 4 more steps and then we'll be done with this live. And by the way, DM me, send me a DM with PJP. If you send me a DM with PJP, I will send you a PDF or a text file with all of the prompts that we've done on this live stream together. But if you wait 24 hours, if it goes past Monday, the 21st at 5 o'clock Pacific time, I'm going to put it on Buy Me a Coffee and you can go buy it. But if you send me a DM right now, you can get it for free. Okay. So the next step is, how do we convert our resume into something we can put on a job board? Now, here's what it said. Act as a resume to job board conversion specialist. Task, extract and reformat key resume information into structured, keyword-rich fields suitable for uploading to major job boards like Indeed, Dice, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter. Constraint. Parse and organize the resume into the following sections: headline, professional title, summary, 2 to 3 sentence pitch, key skills, 10 to 20 searchable keywords, work history, job titles, companies, dates, achievements, education, certification, and tools. Ensure the formatting is optimized for the applicant tracking systems, ATS, no special characters, plain text structure, clear bullet points. Clear bullet points, plain text. Clear bullet points, plain text. I can't stress it enough. Use simple text, simple structures. Don't make things complicated. And by the way, if you're going to apply this same idea to producing an offer that is going to go out to a company to provide leads or marketing services or professional services, same thing. Simple, plain text, clear bullet points. Maintain a professional and consistent tone using action-oriented language. Eliminated all outdated jargon and tailor phrasing for relevance for the current job market. The world changes and you need to go. Now, here's a cool thing. Would you like a version that also outputs JSON or CSV for uploading automatically? I'm going to say yes. And so what's going to happen is it's going to update that so that it will output. And if you're online watching, it's going to show you exactly how it outputs the details into ATS. Okay, let's go back. Okay, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to say, I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to go back up one step and say, yes, please add this capability to the prompt. And I'm going to say yes. I'm going to put optional. Because you know what? Some people are going to use this and it's going to say, would you like a JSON or a CSV file? They're not going to know what a JSON file is. So why would you mess it up? Okay, perfect. Now, I'm going to take this prompt, copy it, and I'm going to put it right over here into my version. All right, now let's go back to our primary things. We've got Harsh and Vlad and I've got a bunch of people watching on Twitch. That's kind of cool. I've got Antonio and a few other people on X. Thank you for joining, everybody. I really appreciate that. And thanks for all the people who are liking and subscribing and clicking the buttons on TikTok. That's pretty cool. Thanks again for that. That's super fantastic. All right, let's switch back over to the social media screen. And what is next? Great. So now that you have created an email address, scrubbed your social media, created a resume and a job board, you have to do the most important step in this particular thing, which is apply. Apply, 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 apply. Apply as many times as you possibly can, do as many things as possible so that you can get into the recruiters database and their data stream so they will send you the jobs to your email. This is not a system designed for you to copy and paste and go to job boards, go to job boards and just start, typing, manually entering stuff. It's not it. This system is designed to get the recruiters to send stuff to your email so that you are posted at the same time as they're posting it to the world. They're posting it to you privately. Okay, managing recruiters. Okay, a big key in getting a job is answering all the calls and emails from the recruiters. Here's a set of tips and ideas on how to manage phone calls and emails. Let's go back to this. And let's go get our okay next prompt. And we're going to say here, okay next, oops, undo. I need to copy this. I'm going to say, okay, next, we need to create a prompt to generate a few emails. As replies to the recruiters. First email. Thanks for the email. Please confirm. This is a validation email. So this is validating if you actually want the job. Confirm a few details. Who is the client? You always want to know who the client is. Don't go around the recruiters, by the way. If they're doing their job and they're emailing you, don't say, hey, thanks for that. Thank you for submitting me to IBM, and then go to IBM and try to get the job directly. That's bad juju. That will, you just don't do that, right? Who's the client? What is the rate? Is this remote? On site? These are kind of typical questions. And finally, what is the duration? Is it 1 month? Is it 10 months? Is it for 3 years with an extension, possible conversion to full-time, whatever? We don't know. Okay. Second email. Yes, I am interested. What are the next steps? Third email. No, not interested. Please send more primary role. And fourth, this one is super awesome for the follow-up section in the whole personal job pipeline. And that is, thanks for your, and I think actually, you know what? I'm going to switch over for a second and show you guys. Oh, I'm not even showing the thing. Okay, if I go to the personal job pipeline and I scroll down here to the follow-up, it says answer email every day, answer your phone call on the same day, send a reply to confirm your submission. Thank you for the email for their part in the process every 48 hours. And 30 days later, send them another one. Okay, so let me go here. Let me switch over to this one so I can show you the prompt I'm generating. Thanks for your part in the recruiting process. Let me know if you would like an updated resume for your database. Suggest a prompt to do this task. Boom. Okay, so now we have a prompt that says, okay, next up we need a prompt to generate a few emails. Role, act as a professional communication assistant for a job seeker. Generate concise, polite, professional email replies to recruiter outreach based on common job seeking scenarios. A custom email template for blah, 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 blah. Okay, there you go. That is a beautiful thing. All right, so create custom email templates for the following situations. Request more details, client, rate, remote, duration. Expressing interest or asking for next step. Declining but requesting for future roles in a specific category or job role. Number 4, offering to provide an updated resume for their records. Each response should be use clear, friendly language, be under 150 words. Am I on the right screen? Yeah. Include a professional closing, be ready to copy paste into email or LinkedIn, avoid overly formal or robotic tone, aim for warm and direct. Isn't that a beautiful prompt? What a beautiful prompt. I'm going to copy that one. Now remember, you have to use this prompt to generate the ones for yourself. But this is a fantastic generator prompt. Now, okay, what is next? So now we have, I'm going to switch over back to the personal job pipeline. We're almost done. Managing recruiters. The interview. Okay, so what could we use for the interview? I have a few ideas. Okay, so now we are going to copy this. We're going to go over here and we're going to say next step. What is the next step? The next step is going to be getting ready, a prompt to get ready for an interview. 1. It is to, I was thinking something like, not quiz me on the topic, but refresh my knowledge of the job title. And search for the interviewers. So search for the interviewers. So when you get an interview, you should say, who am I interviewing with? What's the job title? The company, whatever. Find out the names of the people, do a little background check on them. Simple profile of them and their background. 3, search the company and anything related, any recent news and anything related to the job, the role, let's say job title or project. And 4, any practice questions I might be asked. Okay, so if you run these things consistently, you will get the most recent, current, updated information. It's not as if the questions change that much, but what happens is sometimes we get stale. We're the ones that get stale in thoughts, in our own ideas, in our own plans. Sometimes we need more effort and more help in thinking about what the next questions are going to be, what the systems are going to be, what the kind of thing. Please update. So it gave me a prompt, and then it said, would you like this prompt to include tips on how to answer practice questions, or leave that separate? Please update the prompt to include tips on answering. So here's an updated version of the prompt. Act as a personal interview preparation coach. Task: help the candidate prepare for upcoming job interview by gathering relevant background information, anticipating questions, and offering guidance. Constraints: summarize the key responsibilities, the expectations of the job title. Research each interview and generate a simple profile: name, title, background, public presence. Number 3, research the company, overview, recent views, major projects, anything related to the job title or department. 4, generate a list of likely interview questions tailored to this role. 5, for each question, provide a tip or framework on how to answer. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Oh, I'm not even on the right screen. There we go. So here's the final prompt. If you're watching on X or Twitch or on YouTube Live, act as a personal interview preparation coach. Help the candidate prepare for an upcoming job interview by gathering relevant background information, anticipating questions, offering guidance. Complete the following steps for interview sessions. Summarize key responsibilities for the expectations for the job title. Research each interview and generate a simple profile: name, title, background, public presence. Number 3, research the company, overview, recent news, major projects, anything related to the job title or department. Number 4, generate a list of likely interview questions tailored to the role. Number 5, for each question, provide a tip or framework on how to answer effectively, like the STAR method or tie-back roles or a specific example. And number 6, generate 3 to 5 questions the candidate can ask the interviewer. Use bullet points for clarity, keep tone professional, and real-world use. So that's fantastic. So as you prepare for an interview, they're going to ask you questions. And at the end of it, you're going to need to generate a few questions of your own. This prompt will help you do that. Now, Remember, if you want these prompts, just DM me, PJP, Personal Job Pipeline, PJP, and I will send these to you the next 24 hours. If you miss that in the next 24 hours and you don't do that, what's going to happen is you'll be able to get them on my Buy Me a Coffee link, but you'll have to pay. It's just the way it is. If you're real and you're live and you're now and you're on time, send me a DM, a PJP, and I will send you all these prompts. As soon as we're done, I will send you a list of these. I'll put them in a PDF or a plain document so that you can have them. You can copy and paste them directly, and you can use these things right now to help benefit you in your job search and in your things. And you can use these as a framework on how to create better prompts. Notice every single time I give it my ideas, I talk about it in my way, I give it kind of my language, and then I say, help me make a prompt. I want a prompt. I want a better prompt than what I just did. Give me the full structure of the prompt, and it lists it all out for you. And then you can use that to create better prompts. Okay, so I copied and pasted that one. Let's switch over. We are almost done. We are almost at the end of our time. Okay, so you've got the interview. Now, here's a couple things you want to take a look at. Number one, dedicate personal email. Number two, we already got a prompt for that. Number two, Google your name. We got a prompt for that one. Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo. There's other search engines you can add in and ask for, right? If you want to do that. Number three, update your resume template with your information to find jobs that match your target role. Once you create a profile, go find jobs that match your target role and apply. Okay. Upload your resume to the job boards and then put in your profile information. Step 4, apply for jobs once every single day for 30 days. And here's the question I'm always asked this question. How many should I apply for? All of them. What? Anything close to your job title. If you're trying to find a job in cybersecurity, network security, anything close, any synonym, apply for every single job. You might get, they may just dismiss you out of 100, but maybe 50 of them will send you a, hey, thanks for that. We're looking for something, blah, blah, blah. You engage. Now you're getting email, you're getting engagement, you're getting information from the recruiters. That's the whole point. Now, once you start getting emails, which you should get in the first 24 hours, by the way, here's a reference from a doctor, a friend of mine, right? He is a PhD in nuclear physics. He said, since attending the PJP course of working with Andy to reorganize my resume and following the template, I'm now receiving literally dozens of responses of expressions of interest from a variety of employers. Although I have a PhD in my previous experience, includes a record of successful project deliveries, I could not understand why I'm not getting more replies. My classical resume presentation of objective experience education was just not passing through their filters. But Andy's approach reorganizes information that triggers the scanning algorithms used today. I enjoy having this advantage. This is a very, very educated, very, very smart, by the way, just fantastic guy. I mean, seriously, one of the greatest, coolest, most wonderful guys, humblest guys you've ever met in your whole life. But he took this, he's done this, he's doing whatever, and I have dozens and dozens and dozens of other examples. Okay, now we have gone through the whole thing. We have created all of the list. We have created a particular AI prompt for every single step in this. So here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to end the live stream shortly. You're going to send me a PJP in the DMs, and I'm going to send this information to you. I'm going to format this whole thing. I'm going to put it into a PDF and put it on my Buy Me a Coffee site, and it will be free for the next 24 hours if you DM me PJP. After that, it's going to be up probably for like $19.99 or $29.99 or something like that, like $20, $30. And you can get all of the AI prompts that will help generate all of these things. By the way, these are not made up. These are proven. These are things that I've used to generate over six figures for 18 years in a row. Actually more than that, but let's just say 18 years in a row, because I've been a PMP for 18 years. 18 years, I've made six figures using this exact process. It's been refined over and over and over again, hundreds of times. My resume, I'm on version 313, over 300 versions of my resume, this exact same formula. This is what I use to find additional work. This is what you can use. I've taught this to hundreds of people all over the world, and it works everywhere, in every situation, everywhere. The only difference between 4 years ago, 2 years ago, and today, 4 years ago, there was no COVID. Everybody was in the office. COVID hit. Now we've got remote stuff. That's why I have a whole giant, I don't know if you can see this, but I have this whole giant kind of communication setup here so that I can do work remotely very, very effectively. I don't just sit with a laptop anymore. I have a full-on command center. Second, as soon as AI ChatGPT dropped, the world changed. Now you can easily take when you get your resume, you can easily run a filter and say, here's my job description, here's my resume, revise my resume to emphasize all the things from the job description, and it'll do it for you. Copy that resume, send that one as the latest one. That's like a next level, 2 or 3 or 4 steps away. But if you don't have all of the details that are in my course, in this particular thing, and put together so that you can create the very best resume and the very best, the very best process to create an email, to put all of the steps together, to then use the resume to your most highest advantage, you are going to be left behind. Other people are going to pass you. And if they're better and they're closer and their resume is closer to that, and they are a real person and not just a bot, they're going to win, and you're going to be still looking for a job. Okay? So these are things that are very close to my heart. I did this today specifically for 2 things. Number one, I did all of this information. I'm going to transcribe this entire thing. It's going to become an ebook. My course is still going to be there. It's going to be free forever. But if you want the AI tools, you're going to have to pay for the AI tools now. And then if you want to get the ebook of the entire thing, of how it works, why it works, what it does, and how it can benefit you, that's going to be coming soon. So we've created, by watching this live stream, we've created a description of how it works, a personal job pipeline for you. I'll show you where the free course is. I've created AI prompts for every single step in the process. And for free, if you send me PJP, you're going to get all of the AI tools. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to send you the ebook when I get that all done and revised and updated. If you send me a PJP right now, today, you are going to get both. You're going to get the free course because you can go get that right now. But you're also going to get all the AI prompts that we developed while watching this live stream. And as a bonus, you're going to get the ebook when I get that finalized, when I take the transcript and I revise the entire thing and I turn it into an ebook. You're going to get that for free too. So that's the offer today. It's so good. I don't know why you would say no. If you're hurting or you know somebody's looking for a job, please point them to this stuff. Click the PJP, send me a DM, and I will send you all this information. You can share it with whoever you want. I don't care. But the problem is there are billions of people in the world who need help, and you only know 100. Well, share it with 100. I don't care, right? And from then on, people are going to have to go get it. And if enough people get it, I will start decreasing the price. And when there's enough people getting it, I'll just turn that for free. And we will revise this thing every 6 months or so, and we'll go through and do that. But you can get these AI prompts today. And they're not the answer. They're how to use AI, which is free, to get the answers for you to become more effective in your job search. So, taught you how to do the job search, taught you how to update the resume, how to get an email address. I'm going to go back over here, right? How to get an email address, how to scrub your social media, how to Google yourself, how to choose your role, how to set up all the tools necessary, how to update your resume and create a resume that works, that's proven, that's been tried over 300 times, to update your job boards of social media, apply for jobs. That's the one you got to do by yourself, right? By the way, if you're really, really, really hurting, you just don't know what to do, okay, you can DM me jobs and I can talk to you, because I offer this. I have offered this service in the past where I actually do all this stuff for you. Okay. But that's like super advanced, and people pay a lot of money to do that. And I don't want to hurt you guys today. I want you to get this for free. I want you to be benefit. I want you to get all this information. I want you to do all this stuff right now. And then managing the recruiters, how to set up and work for an interview, and then how to follow up with everybody and say thank you. Here's the follow-up plan. It's right here on the webpage. You can get it. It's free. There's no cost. I'm not taking this down. It's staying up. I'm just going to add to it. So with that, that's it. Thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate your time. It's the most valuable thing you have. And thank you so much for sharing any time with me today. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much. I appreciate you. You guys have a fantastic day. I'm going to hide this. Boom. And it's just me. Thank you so much for coming. Join the Andy up here, Andy Unfiltered. I have 2 email lists. If you click on my bios, you can find all my email lists and newsletters and everything else. You can get lots of information from me anywhere you want. Click on those if you want. Thanks again. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your time. It means the world to me that anyone at all would listen. Thank you so much. Take care and have a great day. Bye.